Be cool, be kind, be classy. A cupcake so sweet and sexy. Have fun and enjoy the journey. Just have a good attorney. No big whoop, no biggie. She lives near New York City. Not just a YouTube show. When you know, you better grab a straw. Learn about the law. It's cool here in the shade, sipping motions of lemonade. Cool heads will prevail, kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Oh, Melanie Little is going live. Oh no, where is Melanie? Follow the island's melody. There's a concert within reach. No surprise, she's at Jones Beach. She heard some music far away. Captain Jack Stack Harbor Bay. He sings and his piano plays. Not all sounds are waterways. Speaking Yiddish and Latin, it's not just for Manhattan. It's for Goethe and Machegas. Ridiculous that insanus. Oy vey, Marcus. Proceed, that's for schmucks. Be cool, be kind, be classy. My cupcakes sweet and sassy. And not just a YouTube show. When you know, cool heads will prevail. Kindness will never fail. Be classy and vastly wise. Melanie Little is going live.
Hello, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, cupcakes, my friends. Hello. Hello again. Hello. How are you? How is everyone today? Welcome to a drama-free Saturday. There's a lot of whole tornado going on out there, and I don't need to get caught up in that. Do you? Do you need to get caught up in that? I don't. But before you decide to get caught up in it, think about it. Think about what you're reading. Think about who it benefits. Think about who it hurts. I'm just disappointed. That's really the only thing I want to say. Is I'm just disappointed. I'm disappointed in a lot of things, a lot of people. Disappointed. But it is what it is. Well, thank you. This is actually a dress. It's from Anthropology. And it's a long maxi dress. And I rent a lot of my clothes. And I use a company called Nuuly, N-U-U-L-Y. There's a discount code in my show notes in case you want to join. It's like a subscription service for clothing. You get like 6 pieces a month. It's like maybe $100 a month for 6 pieces. Sometimes I don't even get to wear the 6 pieces. So I have a discount code. It is underneath the show notes to this video. And you know what makes me always feel better when I'm feeling like not good is music, right? I love music. I love music. I think in song lyrics. And so what better music? Let's just listen to one song today. We can't play a lot of songs on YouTube, but because I have a connection to the band, we're allowed to play this song. And it's a great song for today because I was kind of thinking in lyrics this morning. This is a song called Oversharing on the Internet. And it's by Paris Ray and the Crush. If you know, you know. So just take a listen. And here's the lyrics. I'll play it. We'll listen to it. Maybe it'll make you feel a little bit better, but it's also got interesting lyrics that I was thinking in my head this morning. So let's hear a little Paris Ray and the Crush, Oversharing on the Internet, which is also the album title. And many of you have it also on your playlist because we've been playing Paris Ray and the Crush since the album came out. Here you go. Let me know you can hear it.
I'm a first place champion, gold medal Olympian. Man, I take the cake when it comes to overthinking it. I don't want to be this way, but I don't know how to change. Cause I care too much about everyone's opinion. Like she's stuck up, or who does she think she is? I'm a basket case study on anxiety. I had this revelation last week in therapy.
The lyrics work.
Came to the realization nobody cares about me. Nobody's analyzing the things I overshared. Isn't it so exciting? Nobody really cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Oh no. self-deprecating, but it's not. I swear I found it liberating. Nobody gives a damn, so I can be exactly who I am. People got better things or way worse things to talk about than how I sing or what I write my songs about. If they've got shit to say, I probably don't like them anyway. I had this revelation last week in therapy. Came to the realization nobody cares about me. Nobody's analyzing the things I overshared. Isn't it so exciting? Nobody really cares. Oh no. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Nobody, nobody, nobody. Nobody, nobody, nobody. We're not doing great, but we're doing our best. Oversharing on the internet. All my favorite people are a little depressed. And oversharing on the internet. We're not doing great, but we're doing our best. Oversharing on the internet. All my favorite people are a little depressed. And oversharing on the internet. Nobody, nobody, nobody. 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 Maybe a fade out, I don't know.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. You too can listen to the whole entire album on Spotify. One of my kids is in that band, and so I'm allowed to play the music, but I thought it was so on point for today, right? Don't blame me if it gets stuck in your head, but go and give Paris Ray and a Crush a follow on all the socials because they deserve it. All right. We got a motion. We got two. We really got two. Depends on how much time, how fast we can get through this. We've got Aidan Kearney's motion by Bettero and Olivia on why Cosgrove needs to be disqualified. Not just Cosgrove, but Michael Marcy's entire office, the entire Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, needs to be disqualified from prosecuting Aidan Kearney for anything. And the reasons why. And the reason why is because Lindsey. Wouldn't it be wild if Lindsey is the reason that Aidan's charges get dismissed? There's no way, based on these 30 pages, that the judge doesn't disqualify Cosgrove, Michael Marcy. And we know the Attorney General is not going to prosecute Aidan because Michael Marcy has written several emails frantically asking them to do so. And they're like, yeah, no. And so who's going to do it? I mean, is Lindsey smart as a fox? Was she trying to help? I don't know. But it turns out that her decision to sue Cosgrove and Tully and others may be the reason this case is thrown out because there may not be anybody else who wants to touch it. That's one thing. The other thing is that there's been a decision on Karen Reed's motion to dismiss in the civil case. And so if we have enough time, we will go through that as well. That's a little bit shorter. It's about 12 pages. Okay. But I'm just going to ask everyone very kindly to leave the drama at the door today. I have no interest in it. I have no interest in it. I have disappointment. That is it. I don't know what to believe anymore. And so I choose to come on here and talk about other things. And that's what we're doing. Okay. Here we go. This is the Commonwealth versus Aidan Kearney. And this is the motion to disqualify. Let us take a look. It's 30 pages. So settle in, get yourselves a drink. It might be an ASMR stream. It might put you to sleep. But you might learn some things that you didn't know before about the things that are going on, including a conversation that Jennifer McCabe had with Lindsey Gattani. So that's interesting. Hi, Emily. I saw that you did that, and I saw that you just emailed it to me, but I didn't know if that was satirical or if you actually went back to the better letters and did that. Oh, okay. All right. So that's legit then. It's not satirical? Cuz you're wicked funny. Okay. Favorite new Taylor song. It's varying. Tons of fun 9/11. It is varying every single day. I think you know what my favorite song is, and I sent it to a couple of my girlfriends yesterday. It's canceled. Right now, my favorite song is canceled because the lyrics are like everything. Right now, it depends on what my mood, But I think the more I listen to Taylor's new album, the more I love it. It takes, I got to listen to it a lot. I get it. But canceled right now is my favorite song. Emily put the clues together. Yay, Emily. So Emily C, if you don't follow her on Twitter and YouTube, what are you doing? Remember, we read her diary entries during the trial. So I'm not sure which pages these are. Let me just take a look so I know when to go to them. All right, so the paragraph 31, paragraph 35. Okay, so starting at paragraph 31, Emily C has done the work. She's done the Lord's work, and she has gone back to a bunch of documents in the Bedrow letters and filled in some of the gaps for us. So when we get to the redactions, you can thank Emily C. For Opalite. Opalite also another great song. Thanks, Tracy. My Swifties are here this morning. Thank you. I was going to come on and do this yesterday. I had these papers yesterday because you guys are amazing. And I had the papers at about 4:00 yesterday. And then I had the papers on the Karen Reed motion. And you know what? Yesterday, I just wanted to live the life of a showgirl. I just wanted to live the life of a showgirl, and I did. And I was like, I'm not getting into this. There's going to be too many trolls in the chat. There's going to be too many people talking about the drama. And then today, it's even worse. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, if I don't do it today, I'll never do it. So I'm doing it. We're here for it. Thank you very much. Tina Lewis says the drama has Jen McCabe all over it. Thanks for your 5, Tina. Jay Rivet says, I love music too. Makes me happy, feel good, and heal the hard times. I'm 59 and started taking drumming lessons this year. Love you tons. That's awesome. You're never too old to dream a new dream. You're never too old to dream a new dream. I love it. Tazo says, so happy to be catching a live show. I'm so happy that you're here too. And you've been here for 12 months. Happy anniversary to us. And thanks, Tina, for your celebratory emoji and for being here for a month. Tina Lewis and Shooter UK says great lyrics, especially given what's happening here in the UK currently. Thanks, Melanie and the band. You're welcome. Sometimes music heals all wounds, and thank you. Tons of fun. 911. By the end of this stream, I think my favorite song will change, although it probably can't because I won't be listening to the album while we're streaming. But here we go. We're doing the papers. We're doing the things. Are you ready? Mark Bedrow, an attorney admitted to practice law in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, pro hoc vice, affirms under the penalty of perjury as follows. I am an attorney of record for the defendant, Aidan Kearney. I am familiar with the facts and circumstances herein, and I make this affidavit in support of Mr. Kearney's motion to A. So they're looking for 3 things. Here's what they want. To preclude the Norfolk County DA's office from appointing another special prosecutor in the 2024 case due to its irreconcilable conflict with witness Lindsey Gattani, or Lindsey Gay Tooney, if you listen to Kazi G. Next thing they want is to disqualify Special Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove from the 2023 case due to his irreconcilable conflict with Ms. Gattani. And C, the third thing that they want is to disqualify Special Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove from an ongoing investigation of Karen Reed and Mr. Kearney for conspiracy to commit witness intimidation, the 2025 investigation, due to Mr. Cosgrove's irreconcilable conflict with Ms. Gattani, or Gay Tooney. There it is. There it is. There's confirmation. There's an ongoing investigation. And that is why I also think that this Twittiot drama that is going on right now, where people are taking sides, people are trying to turn Aidan against Karen and vice versa, and getting involved and embroiled in all sorts of stuff. There's still an ongoing investigation right now, apparently for both of them. And we know that because we read the motion. Cosgrove made a motion under some non-existent docket number. He filed it under a search warrant number to get a taint team to go through Karen's phone that they've had since 2024 that they have never apparently downloaded. So it's still going on. And I don't understand why all this nonsense and noise is happening out there, because it's no good for anybody. It's no good for anybody. It doesn't directly impact me at all. And I don't have personal relationships with either one of them, but I see what it's doing to you guys and to other people who have been following this case in the interest of justice, both of these cases in the interest of justice for years. And it's disappointing to see. So it's pretty much where I'm going to leave it, at the door, because it doesn't affect my life at all. But I see that it affects you guys. And so I'm here for you. That's all I could say. Here's the background. Ms. Gittani is the alleged victim in the 2024 case and an important witness in the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation. Mr. Cosgrove and Kenneth Mello both are presently assigned as special prosecutors on the 2023 case. Footnote 1. A motion to disqualify Mr. Mello from the 2023 case is pending before the court, dated September 17th of 2025. Mr. Mello already has been disqualified from the 2024 case because he's a material witness. Mr. Cosgrove's role as a special prosecutor, or as the special prosecutor on the 2023 and 2024 cases, has recently expanded to include the 2025 investigation, which is an attempted resurrection. Oh, I love Mark Bettero. An attempted resurrection of Mr. Mello's failed March 27th, 2024 attempt to indict Ms. Reed and Mr. Kearney for conspiracy to commit witness intimidation. That's a softball for me. I'm just going to say maybe Ken Mello needs a resurrection, but I digress. So there it is. It's ongoing. And apparently Cosgrove has been appointed as special prosecutor to try and indict them again, both of them. We got his contracts for 2025 and 2026, but there was no scope of work on there. We don't know. We don't see the hiring papers, because maybe that's attorney work product. We don't see any contract for him specifically being hired to prosecute Karen Reed, but Bettero is telling us that in these papers. The subject matter of the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation is virtually identical. Footnote 2. The instant motions to disqualify Mr. Cosgrove don't include the window intimidation case. So that's a 25 docket number, which relates to the alleged witness intimidation of Chris Albert and Colin Albert. Okay, so they're not trying to disqualify him from that one. The window intimidation case, we'll call it. Okay. The 2023 case and the 2025 investigation involve the same alleged acts of witness intimidation against the same alleged victims. On information and belief, the only difference between the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation is that the 2025 investigation seeks to add a conspiracy indictment against Ms. Reed and Mr. Kearney, and substantive witness intimidation indictments against Ms. Reed, identical to many, if not all, of the substantive indictments against Mr. Kearney in the 2023 case. Let me break that down into English for you. The 2023 case and the 2025 case involve the alleged victims of the McCabe's and Alberts. The 2024 case is the case in which Lindsey Gittani is the alleged victim. On September 5th, 2025, Ms. Gittani sued Mr. Cosgrove and Massachusetts State Police Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully, the lead investigator in the 2023 and 2024 cases and the 2025 investigation. I'm going to say something else about Tully. And the reason I always interrupt is because I get these thoughts in my head and I don't write them down. And if I don't tell you my thoughts right away, I'll forget to tell you them. But I want to tell you that in Karen Reed's motion to dismiss order, in the order decision on the motion to dismiss in the civil case, the judge mentions Tully a lot. And you know what's so interesting about that is in the plaintiff's complaint, they never mention Tully. And in the plaintiff's complaint, they never mention Turtleboy, but the judge mentions both of them in his decision, which is very interesting to me. And there's a lot of things that my spidey senses go up and say, oh, okay, but we'll talk about that next. But Tully's got his hands in everything. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Leave the drama at the door says the fact that any attorney would file charges against Aidan versus a window are stupid. Window panes have no human rights. LOL. Well, you know why they did that? Because Chris Albert got on the phone and called them and insisted that they do it. And he's a town select board member. And you know what that means? That means that he is the boss of the Canton police chief. And you know what else that means? His brother is also a detective on the Canton police force. Do you see how twisted this is? Do you see how incestuous this is? So I guess when your boss calls you up and says, you need to prosecute Aidan Kearney because he mocked me in his window, in my window of my pizzeria, they say, how high should we jump? The plaintiff did not mention Turtleboy in their complaint at all. Hello? I'm talking about the pleadings. Hello? Yeah, they brought up his name at the hearing when they argued it orally, but I went through the papers this morning quickly, and unless I missed something, there is no mention of Aidan Kearney in the verified complaint of the O'Keefe's versus Karen Rita and the Waterfall and CF McCarthy's. There isn't. And I'll tell you also that the judge is supposed to decide that motion on the papers, what's in the four corners of the complaint. It was in the oral argument. Thank you very much. Here we go. Moving on. On September, where was I? Hold on. She sued them. Okay. Number 7. Ms. Gattani sued Mr. Cosgrove for intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, invasion of privacy, abuse of process, violation of civil rights law, breach of statutory duty and negligence per se, and contribution. Tully was sued for the same, with the exception of the, quote, abuse of process claim. I just want to point out also that Mr. Betterow is like the New York Times. He refers to everyone in his motion papers by Ms. and Mr. and Detective Lieutenant and Officer, but I, for purposes of brevity, I'm just going to say the last names because you know who I'm talking about. In essence, Ms. Gattani has accused Mr. Cosgrove and Tully of intending to cause her emotional distress and other harm by purposefully breaching a duty of care they owed to her. Gattani has accused Cosgrove and Tully of unreasonably and offensively invading her privacy by improperly and deliberately disclosing facts about a purported SA to Mr. Kearney's defense without her consent in violation of confidentiality laws. Footnote 3. In the almost 2 years since Gattani made this claim, no charges have been filed against Mr. Kearney for the alleged grape. The evidence of Ms. Gattani's claim clearly was discoverable under Brady and Rule 14. And they're putting evidences in quotes. Ms. Gattani has accused Gattani has accused Cosgrove of initiating or facilitating legal processes with ulterior motives. Gattani has accused Cosgrove and Tully of interfering with her rights by threats, intimidation, or coercion. On September 5th of 2025, Ms. Gattani sent Norfolk County District Attorney Michael Morrissey a letter titled Presentment of Claim under Massachusetts General Law 258, Section 4, Lindsey Gattani versus Special Prosecutor Robert Cosgrove. Footnote 4, Exhibit B. MGL, the Massachusetts General Law, states that a civil action for damages shall not be instituted against a public employer unless the claimant shall have first described the claim in writing to the executive officer of the public employer, and such claim shall have been finally denied by the executive officer in writing. So it is a prerequisite to filing suit against a public employer. So in other words, in English, she can't sue the DA's office for things that Cosgrove did unless she sends this letter first and they deny it. Then that triggers her permission to sue. In her demand letter to DA Marcy, Gattani stated her intent to sue his office because of the actions of its employee, Mr. Cosgrove, for damages arising from his tortious conduct, which, according to Ms. Gattani, included Cosgrove intentionally causing her severe distress and violating her right to privacy through his, quote, coercion. Ooh. Ms. Gattani alleged that her damages would exceed $50,000 and requested that DA Marcy investigate the claim and contact her to discuss resolution, i.e., compensate her financially within 6 months or presumably face an explosive lawsuit in an election year. Hold on a second. Thank you, Kyle Sharkey. But I love how people just always try and prove me wrong. And I'm not saying that that's what you're doing. And yes, the plaintiff's attorney mentions Kearney, and I'm not going to address this again, mentions Aidan Kearney in their opposition to the motion to dismiss, but it is not in the verified complaint. The verified complaint is how you sue someone. It is what you're alleging against the defendants, and it is what you file to sue somebody. Nowhere in the verified complaint, I don't know, it's like maybe 10, 15 pages. Nowhere does it mention Aidan Kearney. They did not sue Aidan Kearney. They do not talk about Aidan Kearney. They do not talk about Tully. They do not sue Tully. But then when it comes time to defend their motion to dismiss, all of a sudden they bring them up. All of a sudden, Turtleboy bad. And I'll talk about that more if we're able to get to that decision today. But that is completely not what I was talking about. Something totally different. And the motion to dismiss is supposed to be on the papers, in the four corners of the complaint. Based on what's in that complaint, they did not state a cause of action. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, moving on. Contact her to discuss resolution, i.e. compensate her financially within 6 months or presumably face an explosive civil lawsuit in an election year. In an election year. Oops. There it is. Mr. Cosgrove has had a lengthy and distinguished career. Oh, he's going to really pump up. Get ready for Better to pump up Cosgrove. Mr. Cosgrove has had a lengthy and distinguished career as a Norfolk County prosecutor and Superior Court judge. He undoubtedly will vigorously dispute the shocking claims Ms. Gattani has leveled against him because he's such a good lawyer. By virtue of his professional status and excellent reputation, Mr. Cosgrove's defense of himself against Ms. Gattani's claims will necessarily damage Ms. Gattani's credibility, which will harm any prosecution in which she's a witness or where her credibility is an issue. Right. Because by doing this, you see, Lindsey has now pitted Cosgrove against her. So how can he possibly examine her as a witness when he wants to completely discredit her in the lawsuit against him? Can't use it as a shield and a sword, right? The DA almost certainly will provide full-throated support. I think that's a nod to Alan Jackson. Full-throated support for Mr. Cosgrove's reputation and integrity and dispute Ms. Gattani's claims, which will harm any prosecution in which she is a witness or her credibility is an issue. Ms. Gattani's unconventional legal maneuvers have placed her interests, prosecution witness in the 2023 case and 2025 investigation, who has sued Mr. Cosgrove, okay, wait a second. Her interests. She's a witness in the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation who has sued Mr. Cosgrove and Tully and intends to sue the DA in direct and irreconcilable conflict with A, Mr. Cosgrove, who in his capacity as the prosecutor would be required to defend the credibility of a prosecution witness who has sued him for his alleged misconduct and in whose personal interest it is to discredit Ms. Gittani. But B, the DA, the party who engaged Mr. Cosgrove and who will soon be sued by Ms. Gittani because of Mr. Cosgrove's alleged misconduct, and in whose interest it is to support Mr. Cosgrove and discredit Ms. Gittani. And C, the Commonwealth, the party ultimately responsible for prosecuting Mr. Kearney and in whose interest it is to credit Ms. Gittani. See how all of those things are at odds? Oops, you know what that means? You're out. You're out. On September 22nd, 2025, Mr. Cosgrove filed a motion to withdraw from the 2024 case on the basis that he was ethically precluded from prosecuting matters where Lindsey Gittani is an alleged victim or a party. Exhibit C. On September 24th of 2025, Mr. Cosgrove was relieved from the 2024 case due to the conflict of interest created by Ms. Gittani's accusations of numerous instances of serious and intentional misconduct. Yeah, time to call someone in from the bench, says Suze. The bench is empty. The bench is empty. The Attorney General doesn't want to do it. They won't do it because they've asked them or demanded that they do it many, many times. We got the emails. Remember, those were all released. And also, you think another county is going to touch this with a 10-foot pole? I don't think so, because that's their only other option. So we'll see. On September 24th, 2025, Mr. Cosgrove was relieved from the case due to the conflict of interest created by Ms. Gittani. He was relieved from the 2024 case due to the conflict of interest created by Ms. Gittani's accusations of numerous instances of serious and intentional misconduct. In other words, the court, Mr. Cosgrove, and the defense all agree that Ms. Gittani's serious allegations against Mr. Cosgrove have created an irreconcilable conflict that prevents him from prosecuting any matter in which Ms. Gittani is a possible witness or where her credibility is an issue. Oh, well, you know who we can also thank for that? Not just Lindsey for suing Cosgrove and Tully. We can also thank Tully for faking a grand jury subpoena to try and get Lindsey Gittani to testify in the case involving all the McCabe and Albert witnesses. Thanks, Tully. Wait, there was some fun. Wait, you guys are cracking me up. Hang on, hold on. Melo's picture is on milk cartons. Have you seen this man? Well done. Leave the drama at the door. Thank you. Eon X says, dude comes out of retirement only to get sued. Well done. Amy, LA, 1972 says, someone pour the Gatorade. None of your business. Coming in with, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play today. And Davy Cakes, thanks, Kazi G. I've been telling people, you were there when the language was first written. Gatsuni. All right, you guys are called the Snark Tank for a reason, and you're funny. I love you with all of my heart. As it stands today, Mr. Cosgrove's withdrawal from the 2024 case has left that matter without any prosecutor. They're stateless, Your Honor. They are stateless. Before Ms. Gittani threatened to sue the DA, it had already recused itself from the matter due to its conflict with Mr. Kearney. Additionally, Mr. Mello already has been disqualified, and Robert Novak, who briefly assisted Mr. Mello on the 2024 case, he conducted one day of the grand jury, and he got paid 20 grand. I mean, maybe somebody would come off the bench for that job. So Novak moved to withdraw one day after defense motions detailing Mr. Mello's pervasive misconduct in the 2023 case were filed. He's like, I'm out. I got my money. My check cleared. I'm gone. In these circumstances, the conflict between Ms. Gittani and the DA precludes the DA from appointing another special prosecutor to handle the 2024 case because it is in the DA's interest to defend Mr. Cosgrove and to discredit Ms. Gittani as part of its own defense against her serious allegations of prosecutorial misconduct. You picking up what he's laying down? The appointment of a new special prosecutor on the 2024 case must be made by a disinterested party without regard to any possible impact on Ms. Gittani's existing and future civil litigation against those involved in Mr. Kearney's prosecution. Footnote 5, which says the Attorney General already has rejected the DA's numerous requests to prosecute Mr. Kearney. Can't make it up, folks. You just can't make it up. The movie writes itself. It really does. It writes itself. There's not a lot that any screenwriter would have to do here. If the DA, a future defendant in Ms. Gittani's upcoming litigation, which will allege prosecutorial misconduct, is allowed to make that choice, Ms. Gittani and others rightfully will question whether the prosecutor was engaged as DA House counsel at taxpayer expense to serve the DA's interest in discrediting Ms. Gittani and defeating her lawsuit, or to independently evaluate the merits of a criminal case without regard to the DA's interest in Ms. Gittani's civil litigation. Do you understand how this is an unwaivable conflict? Even if the DA said, all right, you know what? We're going to drop the charges against Gittani. We're going to drop the charges. We're going to drop the 2024 case, right? In which she's the alleged victim. It doesn't matter. The conflict is still there. The conflict is still there because she's essentially a witness in both the other cases. And once the conflict arises, you can't avoid the conflict by dismissing charges. It's irreconcilable. It is unwaivable, and there is no way out. It's like he's in the corn maze and it's sealed up, and he can't get out of the corn maze. It's there. Can't go to the Attorney General. The Attorney General has already rejected it. They're like, no, we don't want it. Hot potato. It's another hot potato case. Remember how we called the Karen Reed case, trial 2, the hot potato case in Norfolk County because nobody wanted to touch it, and they were just passing around the hot potato until finally they decided to hire Hank Brennan to come in as a mob lawyer. I mean, as a prosecutor to persecute Karen Reed. It was the hot potato case. Now this is going to become the hot potato case. No, even if she drops her suit. Nope. Even if she drops her suit, it's too late. It's too late. The conflict is not waivable at this point. What a tangled web we weave. But that's a great question. That is a great question. I just want to give you credit, whoever asked me that, if she drops the case. And the answer is no. Went by too fast. Okay. As detailed below, Mr. Cosgrove must be disqualified from the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation because Ms. Gittani will be a witness, her credibility will be an issue, and her serious allegations against Mr. Cosgrove have made her his third rail. Oh, that's it. Who's doing the meme on that? Is there a meme yet? Lindsey Gittani is the third rail for Cosgrove. That's fantastic. Yep. Shazzy says Betterow usually calls balls and strikes. With this, he is throwing strikes, fastballs, unhittables, curveballs, all of them. Hello. Says, big thank you for leaving out the drama. My only concern is that it can hurt both Aidan and Karen. For the love of the traveling Mary, people need to find another hobby. Thank you for your 10, and I agree with you 100%. 100%. Norman says, when you need a dose of sanity, come to Melanie's place. There's always room for more. Come on in. We got cupcakes. We got cupcakes. Thanks, Norman. And Silver Swag says, thank you for keeping it classy and drama-free. You're welcome. I just can't deal with that myself. Can't deal with it. Clam Sue says, Betterow is Pedro in 1999. Unhittable. Or David Cohn. Leave the drama at the door, formerly no love for the traveling trooper, and has now changed his or her name to leave the drama at the door. And it's so funny because people keep tagging you in the chat, and I think they're telling other people to leave the drama at the door, but it's your name. Thank you for no drama. You're welcome. Piney Woods is here for 8 months and says, I love you all. Back to lawyering for me. All right, get back to lawyering. And is your head popped off yet? Quiltalicious says, it's always such a joy to be with you. Thank you. Gen X Chick says, boo drama. Yay, Betero filings. Happy 13 months to us, Gen X Chick. Mike B from the 413. Can't Lindsey be charged with extortion for her wording in the letter to Marcy? No, because it is a prerequisite to filing a lawsuit against a public employer. You have to send that letter. We call it a notice of claim in New York. It's done in a different format. It has to be done within 90 days, but that is a prerequisite for a lawsuit. And so the answer to that is no, but it's a great question. And thank you, Mike B from the 413. It's a procedural requirement. Virginia, can Brennan take over or is he conflicted too? I don't think that Brennan would touch this with a 10-foot pole. He may be conflicted because he prosecuted. I don't know. I'd have to think about it more. If anybody has any thoughts on that, I just don't think they're going to hire him to do it. But you see, Brennan can't take over because Michael Marcy can't hire anybody to take over. So unless a different county got involved and they hired Brennan, but they wouldn't need to because they don't have a conflict within their office. But the argument here is that Michael Marcy can't even hire another special prosecutor. So while Brennan may not have a conflict, Michael Marcy can't hire him. Thank you for being with me for 18 months, Virginia. Jenny says you look, oh, that's a very sweet compliment. Thanks for hanging out for 5 months with me. And leave the drama at the door, gifted 5 memberships. So welcome to all the new members. You're very generous today, everyone. Okay, here we go. So Mr. Cosgrove. So Lindsey Catani is now the third rail, everyone. And Cherie is here from Australia. Happy 18th birthday to your son. And 1 year anniversary for you and me, Cherie. You and me. Happy anniversary to us. All right. Next section is called Ms. Gatani is a witness in the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation. On November 28th, 2023, Mr. Mello he didn't comment. He commenced a grand jury investigation that ultimately resulted in the 2023 case. Okay. Parse it out for you. November 28th of 2023, Mello starts the grand jury for all the McCabe's and the Alberts, and at the time, Buchanan, Proctor, and also Juliana Nagel, and a couple of other randos, maybe. That's the 2023 case. Mello starts that grand jury on November 28th, 2023. Indictments were returned against Mr. Kearney on December 20th, 2023. These dates are really important. So it was over. That's when the grand jury ended, December 20th. The grand jury investigation was named in the matter of MSP/Canton investigation. November 28th, 2023, transcript page 1. That's what it was called. On or about December 9th, 2023, while the grand jury proceeding on the 2023 case was underway, Ms. Gatani began communicating with Kate Peter, whose conduct, relationship with the MSP, and dreadful credibility, he's leaving nothing on the table, is central to Mr. Kearney's defense in the 2023 and 2024 cases. Dreadful credibility. Okay, and I think this is where Emily C picks up, right? On December 11th, 2023, Emily did the legwork. She filled in the blanks for us. So let's I don't think that I can put both of these up at the same time. So let me swap out my page with the redactions. You're gonna love this if you haven't seen it. With Emily's. Doing the Lord's work out here. Paragraph 31. On December 11th, 2023, at 10:58 a.m., Ms. Peter, and there's a whole bunch of redactions, but Emily went back to the Betterell letters and found the information. Here's what happened on December 11th, 2023, at 10:58 a.m. Ms. Peter says, I'm going to call Mello in a bit. Oh, this must have been from the extraction. Was this from the phone extraction? Is that where you got this from? So Miss Peter must have texted, I'm going to call Mello in a bit when shit calms down here. Feel out the situation. You have some information that would certainly be an incentive for the powers that be to protect you. Don't tell anyone we've talked, please. I've got to get his cell number. It can't be FOIA'd. His line is obviously not recorded, LOL. Go on with your bad self, Emily C. This is from the phone extraction. On December 11th, 2023 at 3:44 p.m., Ms. Peter informed Ms. Gattani that, okay, so I did talk to Mello, quote, off the record with some specifics. On December 11th, 2023 at 8:30 p.m., Ms. Gattani and Leah Gianduso, another enemy of Mr. Kearney, discussed whether Ms. Gattani should I think by going to Mello and becoming a part of this on a DL will inevitably help be another stepping stool into getting Mr. Kearney put away for a substantial period of time. Aidan's going to have a really big reality check very soon and will be in jail before the summer. I really stand fast to that. Emily got out her x-ray glasses. Yeah. On December 11th, 2023 at 8:53 p.m., Ms. Gattani told Ms. Gianduso that I'm going to call Mello tomorrow. It's fantastic. Hold, please. Oh, except footnote 6 where it said DL, put this on a DL. On information and belief, the DL referred to is on the down low, which means to do something secretly or privately. Goes without saying that there was no legitimate basis for Ms. Gattani or anyone else involved in the investigation to engage in secret or private discussions with the prosecutor. Man, you can't make this up, can you? You just can't make it up. All right, now I got to get rid of this one and then put up the next one. And it goes like this. On December 11th, 2023 at 8:56 p.m., Ms. Gattani told Ms. Gianduso that, OMG, did not even think of that in response to, holy crap, I just thought of something, OMG, 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 sends voice note. Kudos to Emily C. Everyone goes up to her YouTube channel. It's Emily SEE. And also, if you choose to wade on the cesspool of Twitter, you can follow her there as well. On December 11th, 2023 at 8:58 p.m., Ms. Gattani joked that she, I can't believe me and Kate didn't either because we were literally talking about the bogus witness intimidation charges he filed on her and how he is considered a, quote, witness. OMG, the joy it would give me to play him at his own game. On December 11th, 2023 at 9:22 p.m., Ms. Gattani mused to Ms. Gianduso that once she, here's the text, 100% I still think he'll be stupid/cocky enough to post shit about me, even if he knows I'm a witness, but at least I know he will be charged if he does. On December 11th, 2023 at 9:22 p.m., Ms. Gattani told Ms. Genduso that, quote, Mello is our only hope right now. On December 12th, 2023, okay, this is where it gets juicy. This was a juicy part for me. Hang on to your hats. Wait, I got to get the next page up. Wait. On December 12th, 2023, Jennifer McCabe, a key witness in the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation, in the presence of Miss Peter, take this down for you, told Ms. Gattani that if she was really sorry for previously supporting Ms. Reed, she would testify before the grand jury. Wow. Wow. I think that's something we didn't know before, isn't it? I'm going to read that again in case you knew it already, because I think this is new information. On December 12th, Jennifer McCabe, in the presence of Kate Peter, told Lindsey that if Lindsey was really sorry for previously supporting Karen, that she would testify before the grand jury. What? Is that witness intimidation? I'm sorry, what? Footnote 7. Oh, wait, we got to go back to Emily because Emily unredacted all this stuff for us. So I'd love to know your thoughts on that, folks. Hold on, that's 4. That's 4. I need 3. Wow. Just sounds like witness intimidation, yeah? I don't know. So Jen McCabe said to Lindsey, if you're really sorry for previously supporting Karen, I'll testify before the grand jury. On December 13th, 2023, Ms. Gattani expressed concern to Ms. Peter about her blank, that I guess is redacted, of criminal exposure for witness intimidation because she created a fake Twitter account in which she, under the name Jane, relentlessly attacked Mr. Kearney at the same time she supported him under her real Twitter account. Ms. Gattani understandably was worried that when Tully blank, she bizarrely engaged in online discussions with herself under 2 different names, where she simultaneously attacked Mr. Kearney as Jane and defended him as Lindsey Gattani. I mean, you couldn't make it up if you tried. Footnote 7 says, Ms. Gattani and Ms. McCabe both will be questioned under oath in the 2023 case regarding Ms. McCabe's possible intimidation or coercion in seeking to have Ms. Gattani testify against Mr. Kearney. Ms. Gattani created the Jane Twitter account, and then there's a bunch of redactions. That Ms. Gattani was Jane. She lied to the Medfield police about her identity as Jane. On December 11th of 2023, Ms. Gattani lied, and then there's a whole blank space. And then Emily fills in some blanks for us by saying, as the extraction report confirms, in October 2023, Ms. Gattani created a fake Twitter/X account at Jane, and then a whole bunch of numbers on her cell phone. On November 5th, 2023, posing as Jane, Ms. Gattani offered to provide Kate Peter with some, quote, potentially good news about Mr. Kearney to assist Ms. Peter's defense of her own witness intimidation charges, in which Mr. Kearney was the witness. On November 7th, 2023, Jane tweeted that she hoped Mr. Kearney would go to jail in connection with his pending case. On November 9th, 2023, Jane tweeted support for Ms. Peters' stated intent to discuss Mr. Kearney's pending criminal charges on her YouTube show. On November 12th, 2023, Jane publicly mused whether Mr. Kearney violated the witness intimidation statute and claimed that all of his crimes were on tape. Despite conclusive proof that Ms. Gattani created the Jane account on her cellular phone in October 2023, a few months later, she deliberately misled the Medfield police, writing to an officer that Mr. Kearney believed that I was the owner of a Twitter account, Jane. She deliberately misled the Medfield police. So he refers to me as Jane in these tweets. Ms. Gattani similarly lied to Ms. Peter on December 11th of 2023, texting her that Mr. Kearney thinks I'm this Twitter account named Jane. And Do Something Real says what many people are probably thinking, I am thankful I moved out of Massachusetts. Emily C. has a YouTube channel, and she also has a Twitter account. She also impersonates John DePietro. She did Hank Brennan's diary and Lally's diary entries that we read during the trial. So if you don't know who Emily C. is, you're really missing out. Okay, I have to go back to my document now for a second because there's no redactions on this one. It's a lot of flipping back and forth, but thanks for being patient. On December 14th, 2023 at 1 p.m., Tully and Mello's investigator interviewed Ms. Gattani in connection with the grand jury investigation that resulted in the 2023 case and the failed attempt to indict Mr. Kearney and Ms. Reed on March 27th of 2024. The purpose of Tully's interview with Ms. Gattani was to pump her for information regarding Mr. Kearney's relationship with Ms. Reed and to acquire evidence to build a case against Ms. Reed and Mr. Kearney for conspiracy to intimidate the witnesses against Ms. Reed. Ms. Gattani told Tully her purported knowledge of communications between Mr. Kearney and Ms. Reed, including their method of communication, the app which they used to communicate, and their initial use of an intermediary named Natalie. Ms. Gattani alleged that Mr. Kearney ran everything by Ms. Reed before he reported on Ms. Reed's case. Ms. Gattani strongly implied that Ms. Reed or her family purchased a Lexus for Mr. Kearney. Remember, they actually got his banking records and like Mr. Reed and Nathan's banking records too, based on that ridiculousness. On December 14th, 2023 at 3:10 p.m. Oh, wait, let me go back to Emily's. On December 14th, 2023 at 3:10 p.m., immediately after the interview with Tully concluded, Ms. Gattani texted Ms. Peter that, hey, they just left, Mello and Tully. Blank on information and belief, because she was concerned what would be discovered on her blank and then disclosed it to the defense. Footnote 9. Which is cut off here, but on my copy, footnote 9 says, StreamYard is making all of these, like, putting like all these perks with their account, with their service now, except the one thing that I really need to do is be able to flip between documents, and they don't allow it. So StreamYard, I'm sure you're not listening, but if you're listening, That would make it really better for me if I could flip between documents without having to close something out and then open it up again. Footnote 9. For more than 1 year, Ms. Gattani has relentlessly accused Tully of improperly disclosing the contents of her phone. This dispute will serve as the subject of examination for both Ms. Gattani and Tully in the 2023 case, which places Mr. Cosgrove in an impossible position. How to examine his accuser, Gattani, and co-defendant under oath, Tully, where they will contradict each other and then address their credibility in summation. Yeah. How do you do it? You can't. That's why this conflict is unwaivable, and that's why he must be removed. On December 14th, 2023 at 3:51 p.m., Ms. Gattani told Ms. Peter that, I know Mello told me yesterday not to worry about anything, but I was told something entirely different today. I'll explain when I call. On December 14th, 2023 at 4:24 p.m., Ms. Gattani called Ms. Peter. They spoke on the phone for 2 hours and 32 minutes. It's a long phone call. The extraction report of Ms. Gattani's phone provided to the defense reveals that after 1:16 a.m. on December 14th of 2023, Ms. Peters' communications seemingly cease shortly after Ms. Gattani's texts to Ms. Peter about her interactions with Mr. Mello and Tully. Such that the defense has been denied access to this clearly discoverable and relevant evidence. Oh, who deleted it? On December 15th, 2023 at 8:37 a.m., Ms. Gattani asked Ms. Peter, what did Jen McCabe and everyone think of my meeting yesterday? Seems like she really cared about what Jen McCabe and everyone thought about her. And that's why, with glee, she happily accepted the fake invitation to go to court with the O'Keeffes in February, something like 3 days after Aidan Kearney was released from jail. On December 15th, 2023 at 4:22 p.m., Ms. Gattani posted on Facebook, big news coming soon. Stay tuned. On December 15th, 2023 at 7:54 p.m., in response to Mr. Kearney informing her that he knew she attacked him as Jane, Ms. Gattani taunted Mr. Kearney by texting him, GJ, smiley face, like for grand jury. On information and belief, by the late afternoon of December 15th, 2023, Ms. Gattani, after speaking to Mr. Mello, Tully, Ms. McCabe, Ms. Peter, and Ms. Genduso, knew that Mr. Mello planned to serve her with a grand jury summons to appear as a witness in connection with the 2023 case. On information and belief, Ms. Gattani's public announcement in which she teased big news related to her glee at being anointed a witness against Mr. Kearney in connection with the 2023 case. On December 20th, 2023, Mr. Mello informed the grand jury that today is not the end of our proceeding and that on December 27th, 2023, he anticipated presenting additional evidence. Oh, so wait a second. So was that an actual date? So the December 27th date was that was a real subpoena? I'm so confused because I thought they already handed down the true bills. Okay. On December 22nd, 2023, Tully served Gattani with a grand jury summons compelling her to testify on December 27th of 2023. Ms. Gattani's grand jury summons, which compelled her testimony on the same day Mr. Mello informed the grand jury it would hear additional evidence, was issued in connection with, quote, in re, the investigation into Canton witness intimidation the same grand jury commenced by Mr. Mello on November 28th of 2023. The grand jury summons D.L. Tully served upon Ms. Gattani, instructed her to report to the Special Assistant District Attorney, which, of course, was Mr. Mello. The only legitimate basis for Mr. Mello to A, inform the grand jury on December 20th that it would hear evidence on December 27th and direct Tully on December 22nd to subpoena Ms. Gattani to testify on December 27th regarding the, quote, Canton witness intimidation case was because Mr. Mello and Tully deemed Ms. Gattani a material witness in the 2023 case. Oh, that's great. That's perfect. That's beautiful. You can't use it as a shield and a sword. You can't say, oh, no, that's not what we were subpoenaing her for. We were subpoenaing her for, a grand jury for Karen and Aidan to conspire to intimidate witnesses, because that grand jury had not been convened. The one that Mello said is going to reconvene on the 27th is the 2023 case, and that is a brilliant argument. It's a brilliant argument. Can't use it as a shield and a sword. On December 23rd, 2023, Tully applied for and was granted a search warrant authorizing the seizure of Karen Reed's phones. However, he was unable to execute that warrant within 7 days. On December 28th, 2023, Mello inexplicably gave reporter Jessica Machado a lengthy interview detailing his investigation of Mr. Kearney. He noted that Ms. Gattani, quote, recently became a witness after he received communication from her. Oh, is the tangle web we weave. Footnote 10 says, Mr. Mello's interview, which occurred while he was still conducting a grand jury investigation, was a brazen violation of Rule 3.6 of the Massachusetts Rules of Professional Conduct. In yet another example of his complete indifference and or sheer ignorance regarding his professional obligations as a prosecutor, Mr. Mello publicly announced that his case against Mr. Kearney was overwhelming. He told Jess Machado that, allegedly, I guess. He expressed his confidence in Mr. Kearney's guilt. He smeared Mr. Kearney as a master manipulator who exploited a substantially younger woman. Mr. Kearney was 42 and Ms. Gattani was 37. It's like, as the world turns. Would you say a 5-year age difference is substantially younger? Anyone? Starter Villain says so many people were willing to ruin their careers over this, and they're doubling down. Yeah. On information and belief, Mr. Mello's December 28, 2023 public assertion that Ms. Gattani recently became a witness referred to Ms. Peters and Mr. Mello's blank conversation about Ms. Gattani, which resulted in Gattani providing Tully with information about Kearney and Reed on December 14th of 2023. Wow. Did he take lessons from Michael Marcy about what not to do as a prosecutor or a special prosecutor by giving interviews like this and calling Kearney a master manipulator? Remember, innocent until proven guilty prosecutor? Prosecutors are held to a higher standard than many lawyers. They have their own set of rules, kind of additional rules that you have to follow as a prosecutor. And did he not get the memo on that? I have questions. On January 22nd, 2024, Tully applied for a second search warrant authorizing the seizure of Karen Reed's cell phones. Footnote 11. In his sworn affidavit, Tully referred to Kearney's YouTube episodes by their proper given names. As the court is aware, Tully's patently false testimony in the 2023 grand jury misled the grand jury about the actual names and content of Mr. Kearney's episodes. He knew them, he just didn't use them. Tully's sworn affidavit to demonstrate probable cause to seize Ms. Reed's phones relied heavily upon information from Ms. Gattani provided to him on December 14th of 2023. Footnote 12. Tully identified Ms. Gattani as Jane, the same name Ms. Gattani used for the fake Twitter account she created for the purpose of attacking Mr. Kearney. Information provided by Ms. Gattani to Tully on December 14th, 2023 was essential support for Tully's conclusive claim that Ms. Reed's phones will contain evidence of witness intimidation. In his affidavit, Tully explained that a, quote, special prosecutor, Mr. Mello, convened a grand jury in an ongoing investigation into the intimidation of witnesses involved in Commonwealth versus Reed. Tully's description of the grand jury investigations referred to what is now the 2023 case and Mr. Mello's failed 2024 attempt to indict Ms. Reed and Mr. Kearney, which Mr. Cosgrove has resurrected in the 2025 investigation. The resurrection. Tully swore to the issuing judge that Ms. Gattani was, quote, a witness relative to the ongoing conspiracy to intimidate witnesses in the Reed case, the 2023 and the 2025 investigation. Tully's affidavit regurgitated the contents of the report he prepared after his December 14th interview of Ms. Gattani. Tully's affidavit alleged that Ms. Gattani provided him information suggesting that Karen Reed or others on her behalf purchased Aidan Kearney's Lexus. Relying upon information provided to him by Gattani, Tully swore that Mr. Kearney drove a Lexus and that further records, which on information and belief were received in response to a subpoena based upon information Ms. Gattani provided to Tully, revealed that Mr. Kearney's Lexus was paid in full with a personal check. So the F what? Tom Gully Show says, in the spirit of the month of October, Mr. Cosgrove has resurrected the prosecution of Mr. Kearney, citing the Stephen King novel, Pet Sematary. That was a great book. That was a great book, Pet Sematary. I lost a lot of sleep over that because I probably read it when I was too young. Tully explained that Ms. Gattani was served with a grand jury summons on December 22nd, 2023, and that the following day, Mr. Kearney told her, A, to inform the grand jury that she didn't recall anything, B, to delete evidence, and C, that he would engage an attorney for her if she, quote, cooperated with him. Dun, dun, dun. Tully swore to the issuing magistrate that information provided by Ms. Gattani outlines the close communication between Kearney and Reed, which continued after Kearney was arrested and arraigned for witness intimidation. Reminds me of another Taylor Swift song. Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? Are we out of the woods yet? No, the answer is no. No, nobody's out of the woods yet. So how about get the F off of Twitter and put your phones down. Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear yet? Are we in the clear? No, we're not. Should we say it louder for people in the back? Tully explained that he was seeking evidence from Ms. Reed's phones related to the witness intimidation of, among others, Matthew McCabe, Jennifer McCabe, Brian Albert, Christopher Albert, Colin Albert, Juliana Albert, Michael Proctor, and Elizabeth Proctor. And if that name sounds familiar to you, it is because Elizabeth Proctor was involved in the Salem witch trials. Footnote 13 says, this appears to be a typo, and in fact, the name listed should be Juliana Nagel. Oh, that's funny. So in the search warrant application, he calls her Juliana Albert and not Juliana Nagel. But didn't we learn also that Julie Albert's name is also Juliana? Because wasn't she referred to as Juliana in one of the early witness statements? That's interesting. Huh. All of the witnesses described in the preceding paragraph are, or in disgraced former Michael Trooper Proctor's case, were alleged victims in indictments associated with the 2023 case. So the case against Proctor was tossed. Based upon evidence provided to him by Ms. Gattani, Tully alleged that Ms. Reed's phones would contain probable cause of data evidencing her ongoing conspiracy with Aidan, Kearney to intimidate witnesses. Based upon Tully's reliance on Ms. Gattani as a key source of his probable cause affidavit, and Mr. Cosgrove's current effort to search phones that were seized almost 2 years ago, right? That motion is still pending. I don't know if it'll find its way to a judge because it doesn't have a proper docket number. Footnote 14 says, we leave it to Ms. Reed's defense to address whether the extensive delay in time between the seizure of her phones and a search, which still hasn't occurred, is unreasonable such that any recovered evidence should be suppressed, citing a couple of cases. And as far as I know, Karen Reed's defense has not opposed Cosgrove's motion for a taint team on her phones because it doesn't have an index number. So it's kind of floating out there in the ether, maybe. Unless anybody knows it, that it was assigned a docket number, let me know. All right, based upon Tully's reliance on Gattani as a key source of his probable cause affidavit and Mr. Cosgrove's current effort to search phones that were seized almost 2 years ago, Tully's assertion that the content of Ms. Reed's unsearched phones will uncloak a conspiracy between Ms. Reed and Kearney demonstrates the significance of Gattani to the 2025 investigation. He's laying this out very well, brick by brick, brick by brick. Just another brick in the wall is what he's doing here. Every paragraph builds on the next, and it's just another brick in the wall. You can't separate Lindsey Gattani out from any of these cases, 23, 24, or the pending investigation into 25. And therefore, not only must Cosgrove be recused, but Michael Marcy also has a conflict and he cannot appoint another special prosecutor. Too bad, so sad. On February 1st, 2024, Ms. Gattani testified before a grand jury titled, "In the Matter of Canton Investigation." Footnote 15. In the event the 2024 case isn't dismissed for lack of prosecution, Mr. Mello's impairment of the integrity of this grand jury proceeding will serve as the basis for a future motion to dismiss that case. Okay. Ms. Gattani testified about what she claimed to perceive about the relationship between Mr. Kearney and Ms. Reed, including allegations that Ms. Reed controlled what Mr. Kearney posted about her case. Ms. Gattani described in her December 14, 2023 meeting with Tully and Mello's investigator as, among other things, her letting them know Aidan had made a number of comments to me about Karen Reed. Ms. Gattani swore that Mr. Kearney discussed Alexis with her and that he alluded to the fact that it was a gift from Karen Reed and or her defense team. He alluded to it. Ms. Gattani informed the grand jury that Ms. Reed's brother worked at a Lexus dealership in Rhode Island and that Mr. Kearney told her, quote, "Even if he did give me a Lexus, that's not against the law." Oh, she testified about this under oath in front of the grand jury? Oops. Ms. Gattani's February 2024 grand jury testimony is relevant and material to the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation and places her credibility squarely in issue with respect to both matters. On March 27th, 2024, Mr. Mello sought Mr. Kearney's and Ms. Reed's indictment for conspiring to intimidate witnesses in Ms. Reed's existing murder prosecution. Even though Mr. Mello improperly emphasized Mr. Kearney's and Ms. Reed's notoriety, and Mr. Kearney already was indicted for witness intimidation, and Ms. Reed was scheduled to stand trial 3 weeks later, the grand jury refused to indict them. That is according to the March 27th, 2024 transcript. Tully was the sole witness in the March 27th, 2024 grand jury proceeding. Okay, this is where it's going to get good. This is where it's going to get good. Okay, so Lindsey Gattani testified in February 2024. And in March, that's when they convened the grand jury to try and indict the ham sandwich of Karen and Aidan. And Tully is the only witness. Footnote 16. Just as they did in the 2023 case, Mello and Tully intentionally misled the grand jury through Tully's patently false testimony in which he renamed Mr. Kearney's episodes, oh my God, to sound indicative of his and Ms. Reed's intent to intimidate witnesses. And that's according to the transcript. He's got the receipts. This was just 2 months after Tully swore out an affidavit using the correct name of Mr. Kearney's episodes. Is he lazy or was it intentional? And does it matter? Back to paragraph 86. Prior to this grand jury presentation, Mr. Mello and Tully subpoenaed bank records and records from Lexus to imply that Ms. Reed or her family purchased Mr. Kearney's Lexus as a reward for him. This we did know. We did know this. On information and belief, the originating source of the information that led the Commonwealth to subpoena Mr. Kearney's bank records and information from Lexus was information Ms. Gattani provided Tully on December 14th, 2023. Hold, please. All of the above described evidence establishes that Ms. Gattani likely will be called as a prosecution and or defense witness in the 2023 case and in connection with any case that may result from the 2025 investigation. Oop. Next section. Let's go to the questions first before we move on to the next question. This is a great username. Melanie Lil told me so. I love it. So they can't see how this case can move forward at all. I love it. That's adorbs. Melanie Lil, L-I-L, told me so. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Calamasuz, thanks for coming in with a hot 10. Says, this is my safe place and no drama stream. I appreciate everyone here. Our fearless leader, the mods, and all subscribers love you. Oh, thank you, Suze. And Lane became a new member. Everybody welcome Lane, L-A-I-N-E. Kim Robinson's been here for 5 months, and she says, hey, Melanie Mods and Cupcakes. Hey, Kim. Holly Johnson, thanks for your 5. The objective is to divide and conquer. Are we really dumb enough to fall for that? Thank you for all you do, Melanie. I agree, Holly. I think that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Agents of chaos. Rage baiters. You guys aren't going to fall for that, are you? No. Thanks, Holly. Mike is just sending love. Thank you, Mike Dorado. I'll take it. Holly says we're stronger together. Truth, girl. Truth. Preach. Preach. Mama Shay, great news, Mel. My brother tied the knot on the beach in Cabo last evening. Ceremony by Justin F. of Blue October. Emailed you pictures. Oh, that's adorbs. That's adorable. I love that. So how did he get Justin to do? Is he friends with him? You guys told me about Blue October last time we met because I'm not familiar with Blue October, but I was surprised that so many of you in the chat are huge fans of the band Blue October. So I'm imagining that your brother, congratulations to your brother and his new wife, or husband, I don't know. Congratulations to them on their nuptials. And also he must be friends with him, I guess, because it's not like he won some sort of prize and got him to marry them, but that's awesome. So thank you, Mama Shi, for your 10, and congratulations to you and your brother, and I hope you had an amazing time. Kelly says, Emily C is the queen. Thanks for your 10. GV, Emily for the mayor of Unimpound Town. Emily's a local. Emily lives in Norfolk County. She's open about it, so I'm not doxing her. She lives in Norfolk County. She lived there for a while. And, it's not easy to live in Norfolk County right now. So she has a special vested interest in this case and this ridiculousness because it must be horrific to live there. And I know there's a lot of you in the chat who live in Norfolk County. My prayers are with you. Thoughts and prayers. Thank you, GV. And she is. Well, that's what she is now. She's the mayor of Unimpound Town because she unimpounded it for us by going back and doing the Lord's work. I'll allow it. Emily, maybe you thought you should change your name. LG, Kazi's the third rail. Oh, come on. Come on. You're awesome. LG, Kazi's third rail. See, I knew somebody would change their username right away. This is fantastic. Ha ha ha. They are so screwed. They're so screwed. You know what they say? You better want what you wish for. And karma knows your address. I love your username. You guys are the Snark Tank, and you're the greatest. I love you so much. Kevin from South Boston is here. He's a decorated dude from across the pond. This hypothetical question: do the UK extradite to the US? It depends on the crime. It depends on the crime, but I will tell you this: I have to follow up on this case. Do you remember the case that we covered of Kimberly Singler? And her name was Kimberly with 2 E's at the end. Singler, who took the lives of, I don't remember now, one or more of her children in Colorado and then fled to the UK. And she was in the process of being extradited for the murder charges of her children. I don't know if she's ever been extradited. I know it takes a very long time, but I do know this, Kevin from South Boston. I do know that I believe Ireland, if you have dual citizenship with Ireland, they won't extradite for anything but murder. So there's that. I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And I know you will, my Irish friends. But that back in the day, that was the joke. We used to say, I'm second generation. I should get an Irish passport, because they don't extradite for anything but murder. But who wouldn't want to be a citizen of Ireland? My people live there. And many of my viewers live there. Thank you, Kevin from South Boston. Barry Adams gifted 5 memberships. Thanks, Barry. And Karen Heatley, way hey, thrilled, silly Saturday evening and Melisa. Woot, woot. Woot, woot. Thanks for being here for 5 months. Unimpound Town became a new member. See, it's here. Unimpound Town is here. Hasn't really been unimpounded. She went and did the Lord's work by looking at phone extractions, I'm guessing, and better letters to put all of this together, because deep down, Emily C is a kindergarten teacher. She is. And a great one, too. I wish my kids had her for a kindergarten teacher at the time. Commonwealth of Massachusetts 1692.0 says, did somebody say witch trials? Yeah. I heard Salem is pretty busy this time of year. Salem is pretty busy this time of year, right? Yes, Ireland is wonderful. Sláinte, my friends, Sláinte. Well done on the username, girl. And Lena B says, the impact Melanie has when I saw this motion hit, and I must have checked YouTube about 1 million times waiting for this stream. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. I was gonna do it yesterday, but I couldn't gather together my my whatever you want to call it, my motivation to do it yesterday, because of all the ugliness that was going on out there. I wasn't feeling it. And plus, I had already done an earlier stream on Kelsey Fitzsimmons. And so it's a lot. It's a lot for one day. This can become very draining doing what we do. Not just me, but you guys too, like listening to it, hearing about it, uncovering the corruption, realizing how corrupt certain places and people are, and realizing that there are people who are being wrongfully prosecuted and persecuted, and how unfair the system is to people, and shining a light on it. It's heavy stuff. And that's why I need you guys to help me laugh, because it's heavy stuff. This will really weigh on you if you're an empath. It really will. And Jinx says, hello from Salem, Mass. The traffic is awful here right now. I believe it. And also, doesn't somebody has a hearing coming up in Salem? Is it Kelsey? And the traffic, I heard, is horrific. People are like, yeah, don't come unless you already live here, because it is really, really, really busy. And sometimes we just need every little now and then a little Cardi B to say,
hello.
Hello. All right, here we go. Where were we now? Mr. Cosgrove's actual conflict. All right, Kokomo, Indiana says Michigan 24, Wisconsin 10, go blue. The Buffs are playing tonight, 7:30 Eastern. Everyone, can you put some Buffs emojis in the chat as like maybe some good mojo for my Buffs? SCO Buffs versus, we're playing TCU. We are 2-3, and TCU is 3-1, and it's in TCU. or at TCU, and I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. Somebody update me on the Bruins Rangers? Oh, thank you, Clemasus. Bruins 2-0 over the Rangers. Well, that doesn't make me very happy. All right. Thank you for the buffs chat. Thanks for the buffs chat. Oh yeah, thanks, little cupcake. Bruins 2, Rangers 0. Well, fun fact, little cupcake was a very famous hockey player back in the day. All right, Mr. Cosgrove's actual conflict. Ms. Gattani is a material witness regarding numerous important issues in the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation, including but not limited to A, how the Commonwealth investigated and built its case. How the shoddiness, bias, and our lack of good faith in the Commonwealth's investigation. Okay, so these are all the things that Lindsey Gattani is a material witness to. C, as a witness at a pretrial hearing seeking suppression of any evidence obtained from Ms. Reed's phones. D, the relationship between Kearney and Reed. And E, explaining how Mr. Kearney and Ms. Reed communicated and the substance of those communications. Ms. Gattani also is a material defense witness who will be called to impeach several prosecution witnesses, including but not limited to, let's name them, Tully, Mello, Kate Peter, and Jennifer McCabe. Oh, I love this paragraph so much. I'm going to read it again. Lindsey Gattani is a material defense witness who will be called to impeach several of the prosecution witnesses, including, but not limited to, Tully, Mello, Kate Peter, and Jennifer McCabe. Some of the impeachment evidence may be coming from all of the things that Lindsey Gattani has recently, and her videos that she's recently been releasing out into the interwebs. Well, I think she's helped more than she wanted to or knew she would be helping, right? Ms. Gattani recently, listen, this was a cold read for me. I did not know this was coming next, I swear. Ms. Gattani recently has made a series of public statements in which she has made serious allegations discrediting these witnesses and which therefore are favorable to Mr. Kearney and or Ms. Reed. The internet is forever. Oh, Mimi, did they come yet? Mimi says, I got 2 tie-dyes from Melanie's store, long sleeve tee and a hoodie. Well, you know what we'll do? At the end of the stream, we'll do a giveaway. Because, I'm feeling good. You guys made me feel better and you made me laugh today. We're gonna give away, for those who want to enter, we'll give away a tie-dye sweatshirt. Let's do that. Did they come yet? And if they came, Mimi, how do you like them? I didn't order one yet. I got to order one for myself. Ms. Gattani recently announced that she possesses evidence which will expose every single lie made by Ms. Peter, Jennifer McCabe, and Tully. Oh boy. She's got evidence that is going to expose every single lie made by Kate Peter, aka Masshole Mafia, aka the world's least confidential informant, and Tully, Sully. Doesn't everybody have a friend named Sully? I'm just wondering. Because we call it doctored, proctored, sullied, tullied evidence now because one of you really snarky people came up with that one day, and I love it. How many people have if you have a friend named Sully, put it in the chat. I think every Irish person, or not even if you've ever been to an Irish pub, I think everyone's got a friend named Sully. Who doesn't love a friend named Sully? Ms. Gattani has publicly claimed that Ms. Peter goes to bat for and defends the misbehaving DL Tully because of her vested interest in covering for him. She's saying that Kate Peter goes to bat for and behaves and defends Tully because of her vested interest in covering for Tully. Yeah. Everyone's got a friend named Sully. Yep. You're like, I do have a friend named Sully. Texas Annie does. Nunya does. Tell the truth does. And look, Cupcake has like 12. Barry Adams got his car from Sully's Auto. Shout out to Sully's Auto. You can't stop stupid. No, you can't. Leave the drama at the door, says. Misbehaving. Misbehaving. What is Tully, like 5? Says Shar. Is Tully like a 5-year-old? Kinda. I mean, I know 5-year-olds that behave better than some of these people. Most of these people. The hyperlinks on this one don't work. No, sorry, babe. Ms. Gattani allegedly possesses electronic messages which, quote, prove that Tully is corrupt and that Ms. Peter is a snake and a scumbag that nobody trusts. Oh, man. I have a feeling, though, that Grizz Girl says, I am Sully. I think that the exhibits are impounded because I don't have them. I mean, I wish I had them, but I just don't. Linda Lane wants a Sully now because she doesn't have one. Wait, hold on for one. Just hold, please, for 1 second because I just want to check something. Page are we on? Paragraph number 92. So welcome amongst yourselves for a minute. Okay, I lied. There's hyperlinks. Hold on. Hold, please. Ms. Gattani recently announced that she possesses evidence that will expose every single lie made by Ms. Peter, Ms. McCabe, and DL Tully. Okay, well, here it is. You asked for it. You got it. Remember what that was for? You asked for it. You got it. Toyota. Here it is. As posted by Lindsey Gattani on X, Twitter, now called X. Oh, tonight, Kate Peter is going to be faced with evidence to every single lie she just told, as well as Jen McCabe and Tully. Not quite sure why she would write blatant lies when I saved everything to prove otherwise. That was stupid. Have a beautiful day, everyone. XOXO. And this was posted 10:54 a.m. on 9/28/25. Wow. I'm going to need like a third screen. 2 screens are not even enough for me. Understand that I've got like a giant screen over here. I don't even know how many inches. It's got to be like 48 inches or more. It's probably like 5 feet. And then I got my screen. I need a third screen. Oops. See, originally I had a PDF of the motion papers, which is why I didn't have the hyperlinks. But now I realized I have another copy of it. And this one has the hyperlinks because Olivia. So this refers to, this is Exhibit N. Ms. Gattani has publicly claimed that Ms. Peter goes to bat for and defends the misbehaving Tully because of her vested interest in covering for him. Well, here it is. Here's her tweet from 9/24/25. Oop. And it says, everyone out here blaming me for Mello being taken off my case. Oops, wait a second. Come back to me. When, oh, stop. No, go back. It's going to have to be small for you. Sorry. Everyone out here blaming me for Mello being taken off my case when he was literally texting Kate Peters saying, I need your help, and doing favors for her, responding with, you're welcome, or her telling Tully that he needed to be nicer and more sensitive with me. Does any of this sound normal? I had never been given a subpoena or testified before a grand jury in my life. I've never worked as a CI or a private investigator or worked for a PI firm. I don't know the rules in regards to whom I could or couldn't speak to or about. It wasn't my job to know what was appropriate for a prosecutor or DA to do or not do. I didn't know I wasn't allowed to speak to the special prosecutor in my own case. I had never been given a subpoena or testified before a grand jury in my life. Oh, wait. Okay, that repeats itself a little bit. Why are all the big players defending Kate Peter, and why, oh, why was Kate Peter and her lackeys constantly going to bat for Tully so hard? You don't blindly and aggressively defend a cop who is misbehaving or displaying misconduct unless you have a vested interest in covering for him. There are no bridges to burn. There were no bridges in the first place. Oh, you tell him, Linz, you tell him. Burning down the house. I mean, she is burning down the house. Is she not? I'm here for it. Hang on, because next comes Exhibit O. I need a home theater. I need all of it. Okay. Whew. Exhibit O. Coming up next. And this refers to paragraph 94. In which paragraph 94, I'll read it again, says, Ms. Gattani allegedly possesses electronic messages which prove that Tully is corrupt and that Ms. Peter is a snake and a scumbag that nobody trusts. Okay, here's Exhibit O. Here it is. It's her tweet from, what's the date on this one? I don't know. I can't see the date because it's down here somewhere. Well, I'll read it to you anyway. That was a hell of a lot of words. That was a hell of a lot of words to sum up. I got owned by Lindsey Gattani. Julie Carpenter is a wretched woman, a complete fraud, and part of the Jen McCabe propaganda PR machine. If you haven't figured it out by now, this is one of the dumbest tweets I've seen in a while. For one, there are no, quote, missing messages from the exchange with Paul that I posted. If I have to go through and post the timestamp of each and every one, I will. I think she's talking about Paul O'Keefe. Julie's just pissed because I put my money where my mouth is and came with receipts. Receipts that she, mind you, told, all in caps, me to provide to the internet. She instructed me to post my messages with Paul, proving his ties to Tully. I'm the one who said initially I wasn't going to. Why would you do that to the O'Keefes, Julie Carpenter? Number two, those messages don't drag the O'Keefes through the mud. They prove that Tully is corrupt and that Kate is a scumbag who nobody trusts. And that's what's got them most in a huffy, because I think she meant to say huff. And that's what's got them most in a huffy, because Kate Peter has been claiming to be some massive John O'Keefe supporter this entire time, when in reality, she bashed Paul repeatedly behind his back. Parens, as well as many others, including Colin, Gretchen, her, quote, inner circle, and even her employer, pal, Jen McCabe. Oh, she calls Jen McCabe her employer. Hold on a second. I have to say, first of all, I think Lindsey Gattani is a pretty good writer. I do. I'm gonna hand it to her because I like the way this is written. I just am. Listen, give credit where credit's due. And girl, you want to burn the house? We're here for it. Burning down the house. She's calling Jen McCabe Kate Peter's employer, which means that she must know that maybe she's being paid or maybe she got a couch. In addition to the other witness who filled out the affidavit, who was Kate Peter's neighbor, who said that Kate told her that Jen McCabe bought her a couch. No one trusts her because she's a snake, but she also knows too much. And finally, Julie Carpenter actually wants the public to believe that I went through and deleted only Tully's texts and only Kate Peter's responses to my text messages after mid-December. But I left my own, and I left my children's most private information, medical records, communications with attorneys, bank records, social security numbers, tax documents, etc. Did she really think people are that stupid and would believe that steaming pile of BS? Laughy emoji. I have a copy of my phone extraction, and from the experts I've been in touch with, it's apparently very easy during the extraction to just check a box that will not include certain items from your phone or messages from certain people or messages after a certain date, which begs the question, why did these people give everything from my phone in the year prior to September 2023 before I even knew who Aidan was? I mean, that is a great part. That is a great point. I've seen the missing messages with my own eyes. It shows my texts, but not responses from K. Peter. This was done intentionally, honey. Ken Mello said so in court, all caps, under oath, and it's on a video. Well, I mean, for the record, I don't think Ken Mello was ever under oath yet, but he will be, Lindsey. He will be under oath because he's going to be called in to testify in an evidentiary hearing or at a trial, and he's going to have to get up and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help him God. You're going to have to try harder than that. Now you've just pushed me even more to want to bring it all down. Oh, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Are you? All right. Back to the papers. Whew. Let me close some of these windows because I'm getting a draft. My computer's going to start moving really slowly. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I'm here all week, folks. I'm here all week. But I always have 7 million windows on my computer open, and I don't want to lag on you. Ms. Gattani provided a copy of her phone extraction to experts she consulted with and who support her contention that MSP deleted her messages with Ms. Peter before Tully provided the defense with a copy of the extraction report. We just read that in her tweet. Ms. Gattani has publicly alleged that the Commonwealth never intended to actually prosecute Mr. Kearney, quote, through the end because it can't explain why Tully and Ms. Peter's messages are missing from an extraction report the MSP made of her phone and why Google Drive links Ms. Peter provided to the Commonwealth are missing. Footnote 17 and Exhibit P. Because this is too good. I'm sorry. We're doing hyperlinks, you guys. We got to do the hyperlinks because they tie everything together. Footnote 17 says, Ms. Gattani has publicly shared electronic communications from Ms. Peter to the Commonwealth that the defense is restricted from publishing in unredacted form due to the court's protective order. Obviously, Ms. Peter forwarded these messages to Ms. Gattani. Oh, well, here's the thing. Boston 3, Rangers 0. Okay. What period are we in? What period? Is it still the preseason? Hold on. I haven't put my Ranger jersey on once yet. Maybe that's why I'm not wearing my jersey. That's exactly why. I mean, that is exactly why.
Hello, I'm here.
I mean,
Hello.
Hello.
that's why I'm not wearing my jersey. You know what the beauty of this is? I mean, there's a lot of beauty. There's a lot of beauty in the world, and there's a lot of beauty to this in particular. But the beauty is that so many things are impounded in this case, but the things that are not impounded right now are Lindsey Gattani's most recent tweets and Lindsey Gattani's most recent, I guess, Substack posts. And Al Dente says, yes, it's a gift within a gift, like those Russian dolls. The motion with the hyperlinks. Well done. Well done. And here's another tweet. And this is from, hold on. September 23rd, 2025. I'm going to have to make this real big for me, but I can't make it any bigger for you. Sorry, but trust me, bro, I'm reading it accurately. Lindsey Gattani tweets, "You people are not very smart. Firstly, all of Kate's moles on their sock accounts outing themselves this morning, classic. Number two, the conflict, in quotes, was created by your precious leader the second he decided to sue me. Cosgrove was always going to be deposed as a witness, whether he was added as a third-party defendant or not, because he was the one, according to what Detective Haldeman told me, who handed over the SA report, which, by the way, are not public record and was still in an active investigation, to Bradel during another, quote, discovery dump. SA reports are never public record, even if the investigation had been closed. It was not redacted in any way, shape, or form either. I couldn't even get a copy of my own report because of the law. So neither I nor Grant Smith Ellis, who I don't know what he has to do with anything, she says, created the conflict or got the charges dropped." So I guess she's denying that Grant actually drafted her papers, because the papers, papers weren't bad. Norfolk County DA's office and Kate Peter and her people clearly just tried to prevent sabotaging my legal fundraiser with the pretend Gaffney donation and ensuing drama, and very much tried to advise me, see prior Gaffney videos, to roll over and take a $2 million default judgment. Regardless, it seems as Norfolk County DA's office never intended on seeing the charges with Kearney through to the end anyway. How were they ever going to explain why messages of Tully's and only the responses from Kate Peter were missing? All of my messages to her were still there after a certain date. How were they ever going to explain why all of the Google Drive links were deleted? There's like 3 question marks there. They played both versions of the audio at the grand jury, so they should have both versions somewhere. They couldn't, all caps, explain. But also ask yourself why all the ramblings about Kate Peter continued in quote letters, but neither Bradel or Betterow, all caps, ever once asked for an evidentiary hearing with her. But I think he actually did. I mean, they've asked for an evidentiary hearing multiple times, so I can't speak to the truth of or veracity of that. Why did Kearney start polling his audience months and months ago, trying to gauge if people would still be fans if he made a deal? Why, around the same exact time, did he suddenly not only stop attending Kate Peter's hearings, when he and Lauren Murray had never missed a single one even before, but he also completely stopped even speaking about her charges, period. And one by one, they just magically disappeared, just as she told everyone they would in public X posts. I'll connect the dots for you later. Then she attaches a screenshot of an email from Kate Peter dated Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024 at 1:06 p.m. And it says, subject, full recording / video submitted to court unedited. And then it says, it looks like it's to Mello and Tully. And this is what Kate Peter says in the body of the email. Yep, he certainly did wiretap her. The video was recording the whole time from his pocket. This is without the edits. Raw video sent to several people via a now private YouTube link. Here is a folder with a download of that video. And then she sent the Dropbox folder. And then it says, I've attached the previous wiretaps, which appear to be phone conversations sent out as, and then that's where it cuts off. I mean, you just can't make it up. And that was Exhibit P. Then it goes on to say, the papers go on to say, Ms. Gattani has claimed that Ms. McCabe provided Ms. Peter with benefits, including paying for her makeover / haircut / clothes. Exhibit Q. Somebody called Picky B said, or tweeted at Lindsey, I just want to know about the couch, Lindsey. Please just spill the couch tea. And Lindsey said, I don't know about the couch. I know I was kicked out of their secret Discord last December because I told Grant about Jen paying for Kate's makeover / haircut / clothes. I was then given a warning about who I could and could not speak to. Next day, I was locked out and the smear campaign began online, followed by the fake dono for my legal fundraiser and sabotaging it by deliberately lying and saying it wasn't a real one. That was tweeted September 23rd, 2025 at 4:05 p.m. As detailed at paragraph 39, Ms. Gattani has posted a video where she details how Ms. McCabe, in Ms. Peters' presence, pressured her to cooperate with the Commonwealth regarding the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation. By urging her to testify in the grand jury if she was truly sorry for upsetting Ms. McCabe. Oh boy, we get to see that video now. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Dun, dun, dun. Are you ready for it? Here we go.
Yes, the very first time I spoke to Jen McCabe, I was driving to the Polar Express with my kids, had my speakerphone on talking to Kate, didn't know that she was on speaker or was with anybody. And all of a sudden she says, "Oh, I'm with Jen McCabe." And Jen McCabe just hops on the phone. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say to this person. Like, I've never met her. I just said, "Oh, I'm so sorry for everything that you've been going through, you know." And she says to me, just like this has been said before, "If you were really sorry, you would testify before the grand jury." Excuse me, bitch. And yes, I did say this to Aidan on the night that he came over my house, December 23rd. That disgusted me.
Wait, did she just call Jen McCabe a bitch? Excuse me, bitch. What?
Rubbed me absolutely the wrong way. Like, first of all, I have nothing to be sorry for. I never participated in any protest. I never participated in any.
And that was the extent of exhibit, whatever exhibit that was. That was Exhibit E. Even after suing Mr. Cosgrove. Oh, wait, we're at Exhibit R now. Hold on, that's not the right one. Even after suing Mr. Cosgrove and threatening to sue the DA, Ms. Gattani has continued to publicly criticize him and the DA. She described Mr. Cosgrove's statements at the September 24th, 2024 court appearance in which he outlined his conflict with her as a sham. And this is her tweeting underneath a Court TV tweet. And the Court TV tweet says, "Robert Cosgrove is the latest prosecutor forced to withdraw from Aidan Kearney's trial, leaving his case in legal limbo. What do you think?" And then Lindsey Gattani responded to Court TV, and she says, "I think today was a sham by Cosgrove and the Norfolk County DA's office to make it appear like they've been doing things by the book. Let me tell you what my victim witness advocate handler, Pamela Friedman, who was personally assigned to be my advocate by Lieutenant Brian Tully himself, said to me in a phone conversation after the hearing." That was tweeted 9/24/25. Yeah, Maddie F says, "I'm loving these cases with TikToks and YouTube videos as evidence." I mean, it's wild. Ms. Gattani is a material witness in the 2023 case and the 2025 case. Well, I think we can go back to the papers now because there's no more hyperlinks. Hold on. Bye, hyperlinks. It was fun. And we are. We are here. Paragraph 100. Ms. Gattani is a material witness in the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation because her testimony will support Mr. Kearney's defense that the Commonwealth conducted a shoddy investigation that relied on witnesses with dubious credibility. Ms. Gattani is a material witness in the 2023 case and 2025 investigation because her testimony will support Mr. Kearney by confirming, contrary to Tully's claims, that messages between and among Ms. Gattani, Tully, and Ms. Peter disappeared from, I guess that means her phone extraction by the MSP. In the event that Ms. Gattani testifies as a prosecution or defense witness, her credibility will be an issue, and her pattern of false statements, including her remarkable claims that the prosecutor and lead detective intentionally violated her rights and interfered with her rights by threats, intimidation, or coercion, which led her to sue them and threaten to sue the DA, will be relevant examination topics. In light of the Commonwealth's heavy reliance on Ms. Gattani to seek Mr. Kearney, I didn't mean to highlight that one, but I did it by accident. Perhaps the messages were rehomed, says Jen McCabe bought me a couch. Well done. Well done on the username. Oops. In light of the Commonwealth's heavy reliance on Ms. Gattani to seek Mr. Kearney's and Ms. Peters' indictments, it is in the Commonwealth's interest that Ms. Gattani be a credible witness, at least with respect to her own sworn grand jury testimony, the contents of her December 14th, 2023 interview, and the contents of D.L. Tully's sworn affidavit that led to the seizure of Ms. Reed's cell phones, which Mr. Cosgrove is presently seeking to review in connection with the 2025 investigation. Just see what Exhibit S is. That's Cosgrove's motion. Right, for the team. We've already been over that in a previous stream. However, it is not in Mr. Cosgrove's personal interest that Ms. Gattani be deemed a credible witness in light of her shocking and serious allegations of misconduct against him. Footnote 18. The same is true for Tully, who has no business remaining involved in the 2023 case, the 2024 case, and the 2025 investigation due to his clear conflict with Ms. Gattani. At trial, Gattani and Tully will be both questioned about this conflict, and it is proof that the investigations against Mr. Kearney are flawed and biased. This is the precise reason Cosgrove sought to be relieved from the 2024 case. The same logic applies to the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation. Mr. Cosgrove's continued prosecution of the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation places him in the untenable position of A, defending the credibility of a witness who has accused him of egregious prosecutorial misconduct, or B, attacking the credibility of a prosecution witness whose credibility the Commonwealth must defend. The public's confidence in the criminal justice system will be severely impaired in the event Mr. Cosgrove, at great taxpayer expense, continues as a special prosecutor on any of these matters, given that he would be laboring under an obvious and irreconcilable conflict created by the serious sworn allegations of his misconduct by a key prosecution source and witness in the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation. Because Mr. Cosgrove's personal interests and the DA's interests are in direct conflict with Ms. Gattani and the Commonwealth's interest in regard to the 2023 case and the 2025 investigation, Mr. Cosgrove and the DA cannot be involved in any matter in which Ms. Gattani is a possible witness or her credibility is otherwise an issue. Wherefore, as alleged herein, the Norfolk County DA's office should be precluded from appointing another special prosecutor on the 2024 case, and Robert Cosgrove should be disqualified from the 2023 case and 2025 investigation, or in the alternative, the court should order an evidentiary hearing on these motions and any other proper relief it deems just and proper. XOXO, my friend and yours, the great Mark A. Betterow. Dated October 2, 2025, New York, New York. It's up to you. New York, New York. Although I'm sure you Red Sox fans are tired of hearing that song, aren't you? Sorry, that was a softball too. I don't know. Do you guys need me to explain that to you? Because I think it's pretty self-explanatory, and I think I tried to explain it as we were talking about it the whole entire time with all of the snark included. And the snark is free. Just so you know. Thank you. No drama, Mama. She changed her name too. No drama. No drama, Mama. I like it. No drama, Mama. She. Thank you for your 10. Says love Mel and all the cupcakes. You're amazing. You're amazing. Oh, hold please for 1 second. I'm a voice to texter. I hate texting. Thank you, Mama She. Hey, it's me. Says, thanks for the reminder about the sale in your store. Bought the tour shirt and a sweatshirt. So excited to wear them. Oh, we're going to do a giveaway in a few seconds. So let me pull up the giveaway tool. I forgot. See, good thing you reminded me. In order to enter, all you need to do is wait, but don't do it yet. Hold on. What you need to do is you need to leave blank if you want all users that comment to be entered. Okay. Any comment will do to be entered to win a tie-dye tour shirt. You have to be willing to. Only if you win, you have to be willing to find my email in the show notes and email me your name, username, address, phone number, color, and size of the tie-dye. Okay. And I'm so excited that you were so excited to buy them. Thank you. Hey, it's me. Melanie Little's left swipe to corruption says, outstanding work from Emily. Now we all can see. Well done. Now we all can see. You're awesome. Thank you for your 5. Pinky has been here for 15 months with me. Says, I shall refer to her as Ave Emily C. Well done. Thanks, Pinky. Marge has been here for 18 months and OG. So over the drama and the Commonwealth, they just need to give it up. They lost. Mel, you're a delight. I love you with all my heart. No, I love you more. I love you more. All right, we can stop sharing that. Fairy Raven is here all the way from Ireland, and she says, Aidan says, don't believe LG has turned over a new leaf. If so, she'd drop all charges against him. Folks are being friendly to her, being sucked in. She can't drop charges against him. She has no power to drop the charges against him. She doesn't. Did I say that she turned over a new leaf? I didn't say. I don't think she turned over a new leaf. I think that she does what suits her, and just like everyone else, everyone has an agenda. Everybody out there has an agenda. Their agenda usually suits them. It's usually not a selfless agenda to help others, but she does not have the power to drop any charges against him. So I just want to clear up that. It's probably not what you meant, because you hear all the time, and you know that. But other people might think that. Shady Norfolk County DA says, thank you for always knowing what is needed. Oh, thank you for being here for 8 months. I don't know about that. I just, it hurts my soul. It hurts my soul to see people out there getting attacked. And attacking both ways. Cubert came on to say, we can't forget Boston Sully, the only retired Boston police officer, very vocal on Karen's innocence. Still listening, Attorney Mel. Just can't handle divide. Hope you and fam are well. Oh, I love you. Love you too, Cubert. Thank you so much for your 10. And I hope you and yours are well as well. Leave the drama at the door says, I love the Saturday afternoon with Melanie. Oh, thank you. Thank you for Super Chat. And Better with the Irish has been here for 10 months and says, I just love this snark tank. I know. You guys are like the funniest. You're the funniest of the funniest. I'm going to show you what we're auctioning off. So you know. And if you choose, the merch shop is linked in the show notes. So if you want to buy anything, I'm going to show you what we have. Thanks, Kelly, for your 20. Venmo says, I've got it. The motion is a Mastroshki, Russian nesting doll motion. Kelly Applegate, you're a genius. Kelly Applegate with another Venmo says, can't super chat, watching on the TV, but I'm here watching Weekend Warrior Cupcake. You're awesome. You're amazing. Okay. My inbox is overflowing. It is overflowing. Tens of thousands of emails in here, but you know, what are you going to do? All right. Here is the merch shop. Here you see, look, 20% off everything. And up here it says only 2 days left, 20% off everything. You have to click the redeem on the coupon. All right. It's not Amazon fast, but it gets to you pretty fast. Anybody who's ordered, and it does ship. They do ship to, it's not me, it's a third-party vendor. They do ship to the UK. They do ship to Australia even. So this is a giveaway. Here's the tour shirt in the football style. So this is the front. Attorney Melanie Little XOXO Tour 2025. And then the back, it has all our sayings on the back as the set list. All of the things we say. And the one that we're giving away right now, what did I say? The tie-dyed sweatshirt is, let me see. We also have the I Went to Cancun with Attorney Melanie Little, established 2024. That's a popular one. And then, of course, the old-fashioned tour shirt, which is this one with the black sleeves. And the thing on the front, and then the set list on the back. It's awesome. Everything's 20% off. And the tie-dye, let's see. All you got to do is put a comment in the chat. It could be anything. There's only 403 people entered so far. Here's the designs. Oh, there's also Alice. I forgot about Alice. It strains credulity with Alice. And the free Karen Reed, and then I Went to Cancun with Attorney Melanie Little on the back. That's a long sleeve tee. That's because people wanted it back in. I took everything down out of the merch shop, but you guys still wanted it. So here is the tour, and this is the tie-dye hoodie. Okay, so it comes in this color, comes in this color, comes in this color, and it comes in this color, which is like a gray. Okay, so this is what we're auctioning off. It retails for $48.99, but right now it's 20% off. You're going to have to tell me which color you want, and you're going to have to tell me what size you want. 453 are currently entered in the giveaway. And remember, you have to be willing to email me your name, address, username, and phone number. I think they need your phone number too for shipping. And so there's that. Barry Adams says, I'm from Connecticut and I went to school in Oswego. So hi to all my Long Island friends from there. And Melanie, now your Long Island side eye at the craziness is so refreshing and reassuring. Well, thank you. I mean, I don't see any way that, first of all, the Commonwealth really can't even oppose this motion. How could they? Because opposing it in and of itself might be a conflict. The judge may just rule on it without opposition. Marcy has, I don't remember how many days left to have somebody come in for the Commonwealth for the other case that Cosgrove has been relieved on. It's wild. This whole thing is crazy and you can't even make it up. Thank you, Barry, for your 10. Kat Randall, thank you for gifting a membership. You're the greatest. I think I'll do the Karen Reed motion on the motion to dismiss. I mean, the decision on the motion to dismiss another time because I don't have the energy for it right now. Everyone's entered. All you got to do is put any comment in the chat. Any comment will do. So there are 516 of you currently entered. And shout out to Emily C. SEE. Please go follow her in everywhere. Twitter and YouTube. She also does a live show, and her live shows are great. Usually I'm oh, all right, Carla, let me take care of this right now so you can put a comment in the chat, hopefully. YouTube has been really going off on its own, and it has been like blocking people, and it has also been unsubscribing people. So you're going to want to make sure that you are subscribed still, and you're also going to want to make sure that you have all your notifications set and that stuff. Okay, Carla, I took care of that for you. I don't know. YouTube is acting very crazy because really, unless you're a complete and total jerk or you disparage me or my guest or you just, then that's the only way you can get blocked. And, you know, the mods do that sparingly. But there's a lot of trolls that come in here and they do get blocked. quite easily. And they get sent to Block Island, which is really nice this time of year. And of course, the other day, because we were talking about the leaf peepers that come that New England dad talks about, there's always one person that always has to correct me, whatever it is. Says, and I said, oh, maybe the leaf peeper, you're going to enjoy Block Island, go peep the leaves. And then somebody had to come in and comment. There's no deciduous trees on Block Island, so there can't be people. I'm like, really? Are we doing that now? Really? It was a joke. It was a joke. I was tying in the comedy from the beginning with the comedy in the middle, and the comedy, just tie it up. All we do is tie it up. We're tying it up. Sheesh. All right, here we go. We're gonna draw soon. So if you didn't put a comment in the chat, come in and put a comment in the chat, because there's 565 of you who are vying to win this really, really awesome tie-dye tour shirt. Look at the set list. I mean, who doesn't love a set list like this? God Save Us from the Commonwealth as an opener, followed by Call Me Alice and Show Me the Papers. The World Is Watching, followed by Grave Concerns, Talk Amongst Yourselves, and There Was No Collision Jam. Buy the tickets, pin it on the girl, under her eye. She's telling them everything. That's a good one. Love that one. We're not buying what you're selling. Upside Down, Inside Out, Narnia of Norfolk County. All Hail King David. Jam into Alessi Scissorhands, because you can't do All Hail King David without Alessi Scissorhands. It's like Scarlet Fire. If you know, you know. Hello, have you met me? That's followed by that. Never Lie to the Ice Cream Truck. One-way ticket to Block Island. Love me some Better letters. Hyperlink me, and For the Love of the Traveling Mary to close out the set with a double encore of We Ain't Got No Quit. And I love you with all of my heart. All right, everyone put some buff emojis in the chat to celebrate that. Hopefully the Buffs will win tonight. 598 of you are involved in this giveaway right now. Maybe two more. Okay, now we have 600. Ready? On your marks. And get set. Here, winner, chicken dinner. Do 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 do. And the winner is Deborah Rosado. Deborah Rosado, congratulations. You are the winner of a long sleeve tie-dye hoodie of the Attorney Melanie Little XOXO 2025 tour. Thank you so much for playing. Deborah, and only Deborah Rosado, please email me your address, the color, the size, your full name, username, and your phone number. Okay? All right, my friends. Any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns before we wrap this? I don't know. The Aidan Kearney's case is stateless. It is stateless currently. It is going to be stateless unless, you think any other DA will pick this up? I don't think so. And so, are we out of the woods yet? No, not yet, because we found out Cosgrove has still been specially appointed now to try and indict Karen and Aidan on more charges of witness intimidation against all the McCabe's and the Alberts. All the McCabe's and the Alberts. So everybody just needs to take a step back. Cosmic Blue, whatever sizes are available are the sizes that they have. They are mostly, I think, men's sizes. So just look at the size chart. Some of them go up to 3XL, and those are men's sizes or unisex sizes. So there's that. And whatever they offer is what I have. So I can't. It's a third-party vendor, not me. But thank you so much, Cosmic Blue, for asking. And we do ship to across the pond, or they do. It's Spread Shop. It has nothing to do with me. I make very little money on these shirts. This is actually a dress by Anthropology. It is a dress. It is a rental. I rent a lot of my clothes from Newly. There is a discount code in the show notes below. You get 6 items per month. And I think with my code, it gives you $30 off your first month. And the selection is voluminous, thousands of pieces of clothing. It is great for when you're going on vacation. You can get 6 dresses and then you put them in the bag and you mail them back. You don't have to wash them or anything. Most of the stuff that I get from Newly comes with tags on. It is mostly, I'm like boho style. So it is mostly Free People, Anthropology, Maeve, and a lot of other really cool brands and things. And you can, yes, if you like, you can purchase the brand. You can purchase the items that you like at a discount. And most of the stuff that I get comes with tags on. And it's fantastic. And then you just put it in a bag. They give you the bag. It's a zipper like little suitcase. And then you drop it off at UPS, postage paid, done. 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 You don't have to wash it. It's great for winter. You know what I love to rent in the winter from them? Coats. They have a great coat selection. And so like I would never buy like a Kelly green coat. But you know what? I'll rent one for a month and wear it and then send it back. It is the greatest. No, I'm not in the garage making the merch with my Cricut. No. Nope. If you spill wine on it, it doesn't matter. You send it back. You just send it back. It's the best. Try it. I mean, just check it out, or just go on their website. The link is below in the show notes and check out the selection. It's fantastic. Fantastic. It's so smart. It's good for the environment. Listen, we don't like being photographed in the same stuff twice anyway, right? And then, now, because I'm going to Cancun again, of course, in January, I'll rent a whole bunch of stuff to take to Cancun with me, throw it in the bag. No, you pick it yourself. It's not like Stitch Fix. It's not like Stitch Fix where they pick it for you. You pick everything yourself. Like sometimes there's so much of a selection that it's really hard for me to pick 6 things because there's so much, it's overwhelming. But you can like save stuff and put it in your closet and they get it next time. I don't know if they're available in the UK. I don't know. But they also have like some really cool sweaters and just like some other styles that I would never even think to try on. And I'll just order them and try them on. Like, cool like sweaters with like sayings on them and stuff like that. And like, fringy stuff. And I'm sorry, Leslie, you lost your job. I'm sorry, Leslie. Prayers up for Leslie that she finds a new job. Don't worry, you're the greatest, Leslie. Somebody's going to pick you up right away. All right. Also, check out my Amazon list below. There's an Amazon link in the show notes below. I love to share secrets. You know I love to share secrets. Oh, you know what? I'll link the Wonder Skin lip stain for you guys because you always ask about this. And in my Amazon list, there's all the equipment that I use for streaming. There's a whole list of that. All the makeup that I wear that you guys are always asking me about, colors and everything. I have a list. I made a list of like all these like really cool household like organizational items that I use, like little things that you would never think that you need, but you have to have, like a brush that cleans out your dryer vent. Do you know there is a thing? It's like $5. And it's like this long brush and you put it in your dryer vent to clean out your dryer vent. So it's cool. I have a lot of stuff in there that I like to share secrets. So there it is for you. If you're interested, go check it out. Stay cool, stay kind, stay classy. A tour shirt that is a zip hoodie. The design will not fit on it because it's such a big design in the front. But we do have a zip up hoodie that's got the Cancun design on the front. So there's that. Night shirts, they don't offer night shirts, but you can just buy a giant t-shirt, but it's not part of their merch line. I am limited by what they offer. So I like how you're thinking. But and also they have this also the dryer brush, and also anybody have a front loading washing machine? You know that rubber gasket in your front loading washing machine, and it gets like really disgusting and it gets moldy and like you don't know what to do about it? Well, I have a solution for you. It's in my Amazon list. There's this stuff that you can buy. I don't know, it's like $15, and you put it on the mold, and then the clothes rental link is under in the show notes. It says it's called Nuuly, NUULY.com. Yeah, vinegar and water, all that kind of stuff. Okay. All right, you guys, I gotta go. I got a thing. I gotta go. All right. I love you with all my heart. If I don't see you soon, I'm gonna die. Please be good. Please be nice to each other. Please hug your children. And I don't know, just rise above the fray. You can do it. I know you can. Thank you, moderators. You're amazing. You're the greatest. Peace out, my friends. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.